Let me welcome in Amrit Pandurangi. He is the Senior Director at Deloitte and tracks the aviation space very, very closely. Amrit, thanks so much for joining us here on Bloomberg TV India. You know, I want to start by talking to you about the 2015 aviation sector outlook. We've seen so much volatility all of this year. What's it looking like going into next year?
Well, I think 2015 certainly looks quite good in the sense that as the economy and GDP growth improve, aviation, which is directly connected to that, will also have a better year. Exact percentage of growth may be difficult to predict, but I certainly think that it will be a better year than 2014 or earlier. And that's primarily because people are becoming richer, and overall GDP growth hopefully will be better in 2015 than 2014 and earlier. So overall, I think demand will be good, and people have got used to a certain expectation from the airline industry. And if they can get that satisfaction, there will be more and more people flying, whether it is for tourism or business or for holidays, etc.
Sure. You know, we heard from the government, which is saying it's considering at least temporarily regulating airfares, Amrit. Is that a feasible option? And, you know, how are you really reading into those comments?
Well, I think it is feasible. If government makes up their mind, I'm sure they can regulate anything. But if you ask me the question, is it a desirable option? I would certainly say it is not a desirable option. I think there is enough and more competition. And general economic theory will tell you that when there is good competition, the government is best away from the competition rather than trying to regulate. As we know that whatever government tries to do in an extremely competitive situation may make the things messier. What they should regulate is more on service standards or safety and such matters, and not on fares. So I don't think it's desirable, though of course it can be feasible if they decide to issue an order saying that you can't charge Delhi-Bombay more than 10,000. You can always question it in court, but after a long point in time, you'll be told you can. So I think it is feasible, but not desirable.
Okay, that's an interesting point. Let's talk also about our pricing strategy. Vistara yesterday speaking with us said that they expect demand to stay at the higher end of the segment, you know, premium economy, whereas Go Air, for example, is now slashing rates. The kind of steep discounts we've seen all of 2014, do you expect that will continue?
I don't know. I think discounts will continue. Whether deep discounts or not is a little debatable, because after seeing what is happening in the discount airline industry, I think the airline players will be a little more cautious about giving deep discounts. There may be a lot of hype about giving deep discounts, but for a very limited number of seats in any place, I wouldn't really call that a deep discount. Certainly discounts will remain, otherwise in this competitive world, people will find have a market share. And unfortunately, having a higher market share continues to be the wrong metrics that many of them are chasing. So discounts will remain. As far as the demand at the higher end of the segment is concerned, I think we do have a reasonably good demand in the higher end of the segment. Whoever captures it will do well to go after and capture it. But it would not be there in all segments of the market. One has to look very carefully at the routes. So Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, etc. The metro to metro routes may have a good demand for such premier economy or business class seats. But if you try to introduce them in smaller segments, that may be more difficult unless you have particularly, you have done a good enough survey and understood that there is a specific premier segment of the population which is going there. So one has to do it very carefully. Yes, there are significant traffic on big metro routes which can have and which will have business segment or higher end segment. provided, of course, you give good service and set good standards.
Okay.
Let us see if that also happens in the market. So it's not contradictory. It is not inconsistent that you have good demand at the lower end and also good demand at the higher end.
Okay, a quick last word, along with the regulatory environment, one bit of concern for the aviation industry of late has also been from the FAA, which has said it is downgrading India from the category 1 to the category 2. We understand the officials in India meeting with, the Indian officials. But what is your expectation? How do you expect that will pan out? And if we don't see an immediate correction, what's the concern?
I think India should take what FAA has been saying for a long time more seriously, work in a much more structured and systematic and in an urgent manner to resolve the issues. Because it's not just because FAA is saying that we should do all these, it's also good for our own standards and safety and so on. And I think India has understood that if we don't do this in an urgent and serious manner, we will suffer from all angles. So I only hope that this year we will do everything possible to make sure that we have a good rating from an organization like FAA.
All right, Amrit, appreciate you joining us and running us through your expectation of demand in 2015. We'll leave it at that and take a break. On the other side, the RBI tightens the news around errant borrowers. What does this mean for banks? We'll be posing that question to R.K. Bansal, Executive Director at IDBI. Back in business in 2 minutes.